Yeah, so it works in a slightly different way. Surf says, given how brilliant your Double Century podcast is, well, I don't take it. I'm given, I'll accept it. Is there a possibility for all these episodes to be published as a book? Well, Surf, I've already published a book. So if you go, you can find Test Cricket, the unauthorized biography, is still around somewhere. I think you're in Australia, Surf, so it should be there. Yeah, I tried to get the last season published, which was the history of the first time that teams had ever beaten England. It was a really good season. Really proud of it. It probably wasn't last season. It was probably a couple of seasons ago now, and couldn't get it done. I found it really hard recently to get cricket books published in the UK, and my audience is so spread out that it's tricky because I'd have to be with a publisher that really wants to sell books in India, Australia, England, South Africa, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, and that's not really how book publishers work. Uh, but I still, yeah, I think we're looking at a couple of options for Double Century going into the future. The one is books, but the other one is documentaries as well. It's something we'd really like to be able to do. Perhaps animate some of these series, maybe get some other experts on to talk about them as well. It's just a bit tricky as where I am at the moment. I'm kind of given up on books. I do have a literary agent, and every time I offer him an idea, he just says that cricket books don't work. I don't know if it's mine or whatever else it may be. Um, so I'd still like. I think I contacted a publisher about that Double Century one, and they were really keen to have an idea from me, and then I gave them that idea and never heard back from them. So um, I'm assuming that's a no. I didn't push it maybe as far as I should have, but yeah, I think I was writing them down at one stage. I mean, there are scripts, so there are bits that need to be changed, and also I fix them in the edit sometimes. And I put a bunch of them up on my emailer, but yeah, especially now there's so many, I just don't have the time to be able to do that. But with all my content, I'd like it to be used in other ways. So yeah, I think going forward, we'd really like to be able to look at that sort of thing. It might even be a case going forward of starting my own publishing company or partnering with another publishing company to be able to go ahead. Because the kind of books that get written in cricket, I still think could be a lot better than they are. Um, there's a fantastic book written on 1960-61 series. I can't remember which series it was, but the England's tour of the West Indies, which I had a podcast episode on, and I think that there's a lot of great topics out there like that, like the Bob Appleyard book, that should be covered a lot more so that we know more about the actual history of our game. And yet, every year there's a new book on Yorkshire, um, several new books on Yorkshire cricket. Um, so I do think there should be something else out there that's better than what we currently have.